Hi traders, this is Forex Nelson and I'm back again today with another 6 trades. Today's date is August the 18th and I am using my new FX trigger system. Now all of these trades except for the gold, I bought it. Gold, I sold it as you can see. Took the trades all around 7 a.m. this morning and I closed them out almost all at the very close at the same time, around 10:21 or 10:22. I like to be getting into trade at the beginning of the session, and hopefully I can be completed by hovering by around 10 o'clock is good for me anyhow, so I can have the rest of the day to do videos, training videos, YouTube videos, and of course I'm really busy talking to traders. Now before I get into these trades, I would like to inform you that all trading systems will work less than 50% of the time, and that includes all my trigger systems. It took me 8 years and over 700 systems to learn that. To get that up to 80 or 90% success rate, you will have to learn how to trade the flow of the market, which is what I teach. You will also have to learn trade management and money management. To be successful in trading, all you need is a lot of chart time, a lot of demo trading, and a lot of education. I provide the education. You must buy the education and then do the homework, or you will fail at trading. I highly suggest putting in more than one trade at a time, as no one knows which pair will move the greatest number of pips. That is why I place 3 or more trades at a time. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. This will encourage me to do more of these videos. If you leave your name and email address, I will put you on my email list for free weekly trading tips. Now keep in mind, whoever gets my FX trigger, I'll show you how you can get your hands on this trading simulator for the MT4 platform. It works on the MT4, not the MT5 platform. Had a trader ask me that. So with this app, you can put in many trades at a time. You can trade 24 hours, 7 days a week. I do this up to 8 hours every weekend when the market is closed. And this is one of the main reasons I am now getting double the number of pips. You put in a bunch of trades in a bunch of hours, usually within a few weeks. Once you master it in here, the trading simulator, then in real time, when the market is open, your trading really should improve. The very first time I used it, took me a while to get the hang of it, but it didn't take me very long to start getting like 95% winners. It was like very, very high. So they do give you $10,000, and within an hour or two I can easily double my account, double the 10,000. They allow you to do many different functions, and it comes with a 25-page ebook with lots of features and functions. I don't use most of them. I'm just interested in buying and selling, have my stop, put in a default 200 pip target, like well out of the way, and I just keep practicing for a number of hours every weekend. I highly recommend that you get your hands on this. So let's move forward with the trades. So the very first trade is the pound dollar here. Drag and drop it up. Now the system was, the FX trigger system was saying to buy from here. That was the pullback. I just got in the trade. It didn't go much against me. Looks like about 4 or 5 pips. And I closed it out at this point, And remember, when I close out the trades, I'm just looking down at the bottom. And once I feel like I got 100 pips or more, I generally just close out the trade and call it a day. At this point, I got 12 pips. And 12 pips on the pound dollar paid $1,200. So let's move on to the next trade, which is, let's see, gold. Let's check this out. Now, I give a lot of tips and tricks when you see the FX trigger going red to blue, red to blue. You can adjust the time frames to tell you whether you should be buying or selling. Remember, you have to drill down the lights from the higher time frames. It only takes 5 seconds to do that. And once you establish the trend, then you can go down to the either 30 minutes, 15 minutes, or 5 minutes to pull the trigger. So let's run a check on this gold. I took the trade here. Market is, just give you a heads up, the market is very random and it can easily jump around. So I knew the overall trend was down. I had a sell signal. It decided to do another cycle. Not a big deal. Didn't bother me. Once I started seeing hammers and pin bars, I knew I was going to have a winner. Should have stayed in the trade a little bit longer because I could have made some more pips. Took the trade at this cursor and I closed it out just being happy, as I mentioned earlier. Looks like that's with 16 pips, and 16 pips paid $1,610. And by the way, I knew this trade was going to go down because it did qualify for a great way to trade. So moving right along to, let's see, pound yen. System was saying to buy from way back here. It's a much smoother looking chart. It's not so, like the previous one, gold was a little bit more messy looking. But everything is tradable as long as you know how to trade it. Getting into trade right here at this cursor. Stop was really tight. I gave it a little bit more, but I tightened it up as it was moving up. So it never went 1 pip against me, just the way I love the trade. And eventually I closed it out being happy with 22 pips. And 22 pips on the pound yen trade paid $2,003. Let's move on to the next trade. Pound Aussie, same situation. Looks like the pound pairs were all moving up. The meter was suggesting as it was higher than this as it was moving up. So pound Aussie, let's see where I got in at. Took the trade at this point here. Now it did go against me, not too much, 7 or 8 pips, and I closed it out being happy at this point with about looks like 29 pips, and 29 pips on the pound Aussie trade paid $2,099. Moving on to the next trade. Now I just wanted to point out that the FX trigger system will give pop-up alerts and boxes somewhat similar to this. It'll be telling you whether you should be buying or selling certain pairs. So let's run a check to see where I got in at. Now the system itself was saying to buy from here. So should have waited for a bit more of a pullback, but not a big deal. I knew the overall trend was up because I did drill down the lights from the higher time frames and did go against me about 40 pips, but I knew it was going to bounce at one point or another and then continue on its way up. Now I closed out the trade here, it looks like with 34 pips, and 34 pips on the pound New Zealand trade paid $2,270. So moving on to the last trade, the pound Swiss, just taking a look at the meter here. The Swiss here is a bus driver, and that is why it just keeps working its way up. Should have stayed in the trade a little bit longer. Pound is still near the top. So let's see where I got in at. And by the way, the FX trigger system was saying to buy from this point here. So I did buy, went against me, looks like 5 pips. Could have got more, but I was happy with the 28 pips. And 28 pips on the pound Swiss paid $3,054. So another great day of trading comes to an end. I got well over my 100 pips, ended up with 141 pips, and 141 pips paid $12,238. So if your system is not producing, like my FX trigger system, I suggest you get your hands on it. And to do so, all you have to do is look right below this video, and you'll see this write-up. FX trigger system. I do charge $250 for it. I teach how to trade the flow of the market. Now my system comes with over 4 gigabytes of training, and you'll get an exact copy of my system on your MT4 platform. Now it comes with 5 MT4 templates, 12 custom indicators, and my favorite meter. Now I threw in a lot of PDF books, a lot of Word documents, and 9 bonus videos. As this is what you're going to need, a lot of training and education to succeed at trading. Now there's 43 training videos for the FX trigger system, as I threw in this extra one right here in red, called How to Backtest Using the Trading Simulator, that you will get your hands on. Now you can put this video on pause, because I'm not going to talk about all the different ways that I teach how to trade the markets. If you have any questions at all, quite simple, pick up the phone and call me. Here's my number. If you live too far, you can easily just send me an email. Remember, there's an underscore right here. Now I do prefer Skype, made it easy for you. All you got to do is click on this link. We'll have Skype connection, and through Skype screen sharing, I'll give you a free session and answer your questions and give you some free tips and tricks. Remember, I do all that with no obligation to you. Now if you click on this link right here, you'll see 34 screenshots of all the trigger systems I've been building over the years. So that just wraps up. Time to wrap up this video, and I'll repeat it one more time. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. So until the next trade, happy trading, and remember to keep yourself and your family safe. Okay, bye for now.